Welcome back to another video, Buttes. Today we're doing something I've wanted to do since I've got my hands on Gears of War E-Day. We're going through all the weapons that we've had access to, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I think of them, how they work, what I use them for, where they absolutely shine and where they fall flat on their face, and most importantly what I think should be changed before we get to Versus at launch. Now, before we get into the video, do not forget to subscribe. There's over 80% of you not subscribing on the videos. All it takes is one little click and it helps us out massively. Now, in today's video, we are rating every gun with a COGS system. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, so let's get into it. So let's start with the Lancer MK1, the Retro. The backbone of the COG infantry, the standard issue primary assault rifle since the beginning of the Pendulum Wars. And let me tell you something, I love this thing. The MK1 fires those high caliber rounds that absolutely pack a punch. If you're brand new to the game, you'll never come up against the monster before, this is what you'll be wanting to carry. But obviously, the real star of the show is the big massive bayonet. Designed for close quarters combat, this thing just isn't for show. Get enough momentum behind you and you can charge straight right into an enemy and instantly impale them. Now, let's look at the damage. Overall, this thing hits hard. The look of it, come on, it's beautiful. The versatility of it, you've got single shot, burst fire, full auto, giving you plenty of options depending on how you want to play. And now, where does the weapon fall short? It falls short with the range and the handling. Once this puppy starts pairing, controlling it can feel like wrestling an angry cat that's just realised you've stolen its favourite seat off the sofa. At range, it can get a bit wild and the recoil can really make you work for your shots, but honestly, I don't care. It's probably my favourite weapon in the entire game. If you see one laying on the battlefield, pick it up. It's powerful, it's fun. You've got the bayonet for them aggressive close range pace, and when you get that momentum going, boom, instant kills. So for me, it's getting a 4 out of 5 COGS. Now we're moving on to the Prototype Lancer, a brand new weapon for the era, but not a new weapon for me. The Proto Lancer is a heavily modified Lancer MK1 developed in the field by SGM Ruston during the invasion of Kelowna. The COG infantry needs something capable to cut through them dense hides of monsters emerging from below, so what did they do? They stuck a massive chainsaw on the end of it, and honestly, what a decision. It makes the bayonet obsolete, and it makes the chainsaw so much better in close quarters. And for that alone, it definitely does receive 1 COG point. The rev, the movement, the sheer satisfaction. The Prototype Lancer also does increase some improvements over the MK1, improved fire rate, larger magazine, and some recoil compensation. And it's getting another couple of COG points for that. But you might be thinking, why is that only 3 COG points? Well, the Prototype Lancer was absolutely perfectly fine in the closed beta. It was perfectly balanced, it felt great, but in the open beta, they buffed the living shit out of it. It doesn't feel like a Lancer anymore, it feels like a laser. Honestly, it feels like I'm playing Star Wars sometimes, and you point it in a direction, you press a button, and suddenly you're wondering where your lightsaber is. For me, it's a brilliant weapon, it's a brilliant evolution, great for the story, but overall it needs to go back to the perfect example of the closed beta Lancer. Next up, it was well balanced. The gold standard of Gears, the Nasher. The Nasher shotgun has evolved through a variety of designs and upgrades throughout the Pendulum Wars, servicing as a dependable secondary weapon, both for the COG and the UIR. And let's be honest, this thing was built for getting up close and personal. At close range, the Nasher is absolutely devastating. And that is probably the biggest compliment you can give the locals that are even using them. Everyone's got one, it's basically a family heirloom. Then we've got the style, the look, the feel, the weight, the balance. It just feels like Gears. Whether you're pushing, wall bouncing, rolling around cover, or getting stuck into a close range scrap, the Nasher rewards that aggressive play. And when you get that perfect chunk, it is beautiful. The sound gives me happy dreams at night. I've also got to give a shout out to the new Reload Council. I really do like it. Being able to get yourself back into the fight quicker and make a massive difference to the team play. So where does it lose that final 5 cog point? It's the ammo count. I just wish it had a little bit more to play with, but the Nasher doesn't need to reinvent itself. This is just the default weapon of gears. It's iconic, it's classic, it's basically a family member at this point. So for me, it's a 4 out of 5 cogs. Then we have the Hammerburst. Now this is a locust weapon with some serious history, originally forged in the heart of the Nexus to combat the Lambert threat, and straight away you've got to talk about its look and its feel, because it's bloody gorgeous. The recognisable red leather casing, the leather straps, the chunky locust design, you know exactly what you're looking at. It sounds amazing as well. So for that alone, we're getting a style point. This thing absolutely slaps, but there is a catch. You've got to know what you're doing with it. Timing is everything. You can't just hold the trigger down and hope you get the best. You've got to control those bursts, make those shots, and make the shots count. And that's where the Hammerburst does start to struggle. Where you're holding a position, you got multiple targets coming at you, the burst fire can leave you in trouble, because while you're lining up your next burst, someone is already charging you with a Nasher. So it doesn't just give me the same pushing power as some of the other weapons, so for me it's a 3 out of 5 cogs. Great weapon, great damage, but very situational. Keep your distance, control the burst, and make every shot count. Then we've got the Breechshot, the Locust Precision Rifle, and let me tell you, this thing is an absolute abomination. The Breechshot is essentially a mutated version of the Magaz, the URR marksman rifle. The Locust looked at it and thought, nah, we need to make it bigger, make it heavier, make it absolutely terrifying, and the result? A high-powered bolt-action rifle designed for devastating mid-range headshots, and this thing does hit. If you got the aim for it, you could absolutely delete someone with a well-placed shot. Then you've got that massive axe-like blade on the grip, because apparently giving a giant sniper rifle wasn't enough. Needed to defend yourself up close, just axe them away. And I absolutely love it. After using the weapon, I'm a huge fan. It's slow, it's heavy, and sometimes the damage feels like it's overkill. Some of those shots feels like you could just be using this thing to take down an armoured vehicle, not some poor bastard running across the battlefield. So the damage is definitely a cog point, the design a cog point, the axe, oof. Overall, I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 cogs. The only problem I do see with it is the ammo count, the rate of fire, and the reload speed. Miss that shot and you've gotta hope you've got some distance. By the time you cycled that bolt, reloaded, and got ready with your aim again, they're already halfway through your front door. But if you can land those shots, it's an absolute monster. Definitely a 4 cogs for me. The Longshot, one of the most iconic weapons in Gears of War, a single-shot bolt-action sniper rifle designed for one thing, delivering death from long away. And does it? Yes, yes, and yes. With that amount of scope, the long barrel, this thing can hit targets at a serious range with ridiculous efficiency, and honestly this might be the best version of the Longshot we've had since the original Gears. The sound, the movement, the bolt action, reload time, everything feels properly balanced around positioning, patience and cover. You can't just run around like a lunatic and expect to dominate. You've got to find your position and pick your targets, land the shot, and then boom, someone's having a very, very bad day. The Longshot isn't my favourite weapon. I'm more of a get in the face and cause absolute chaos type of player, but what the Coalition have actually done is means that picking up a Longshot no longer feels like you're picking up a burden. It feels like you're picking up a weapon that rewards skill. So for me, it's a 5 out of 5 cogs. It's balanced, it's powerful, it's satisfying, and it feels like a sniper rifle should. Just remember, if you're running across the battlefield and you see that little glint of a scope, eat dirt, get behind cover, because that thing will take your head off. Next is the Ripper. A light machine gun capable of ripping through the battlefield like a Mongolian warlord. And Buttes, this thing is an absolute beauty. The Reaper is assembled from parts taken from Gerda's COG and UIR weapons with chin barrels fed by dual magazines. And honestly, it reminds me of one of those tail gunning weapons from the old war films. Big gun, big bullets, everything in front of you is getting turned into mincemeat. Beautiful. What I really like is how it actually handles. When you first start firing, it can be a bit wild, but as you maintain sustained fire, it gradually settles down and becomes way more accurate. The longer you fire, the tighter those shots become, and that's what makes this feel like the ultimate badass action hero's sidekick. The Ripper excels at tearing through living tissue, but obviously all that firepower comes with a price. The reload, and holy moly moo, this thing runs dry. You've got enough time to go make a cup of tea, come back, and it's still bloody reloading. The initial period you're waiting for the accuracy to tighten up can also hurt you, so for me it's a 4 out of 5 cogs. It's powerful, it's satisfying, looks absolutely mental, but the reload, you're going to be there a while. Next, we have the Incinerator. Quite a controversial weapon. I've heard this thing called the Halo Sword of Gears, and I can kind of see why. But for me, this feels more like you're running around the battlefield carrying a pan of hot boiling water, just waiting for that right moment to throw it at someone. And if you've got that timing wrong, you're war meat. The Incinerator is a specialized shotgun using compressed, unfriendly emulsion as its primary payload, and when you fire this thing, it launches molten emulsion with absolute devastating heat. It's like the acid from Alien. It's been shoved into a shotgun. It's basically a war crime in a weapon, and if your targeting somehow survives, don't worry. The lovely people at the Coalition have added an axe at the end of the gun handle, so you can finish the job, because apparently getting melted in the face isn't enough. Now on paper it's simple, point, shoot, burn everything, but you've got that tricky little charge up time. Get caught charging this thing at the wrong moment and you'll be wishing you brought an actual gun. And honestly, I think it has way too much ammunition. For something this powerful, I think you should have to think about more carefully where you're using it and how you're using it. So for me, it's a 3 out of 5 cogs. It's powerful, it's very unique, it's terrifying when used properly, but it's just not really for me. Give me a proper gun any day. Next up is the Gut Puncher, a remote detonation, armor-piercing launcher. Basically a mini dragon under your arm, and honestly, what is not to love? Designed primarily for anti-vehicle warfare, you can fire explosive rounds and you can have them detonate automatically, or hold the trigger and delay the detonation until release. That's where the fun begins, because you can set up nasty little ambushes, you know, catch people around corners and make someone's day absolutely miserable. It's great for people who are hiding behind cover. The thing is solid, but maybe too solid. Having this in Horde and possibly in the campaign will be absolutely brilliant, but in Versus we may have a problem. With the amount of ammunition and splash damage, the Gut Puncher can start to dominate the map, so I think it may need a small nerf rather than a complete overhaul. Just maybe tweaking the splash radius and the ammo count. Keep the remote detonation, keep the power, just make players think a little harder how they use it. Overall, it's a great weapon. It's a 4 out of 5 cogs for me. Next is the Torpo, the Precision Bolt Launcher. The weapon we've all come to know and love in Gears, and honestly, I love the Torpo. It's designed for hunting prey in the depths of the Hollow. The Torpo uses a charged explosive, and when you get that perfect shot, there's nothing quite like it. You also do have the ability to customize the bolt heads in Horde Siege, but here's where I have a problem. It isn't the Torpo that I know and love. Compared to the classic Torpo, this version feels like it's missing something. The impact, the punch, the boom. When I fire the Torpo, I want that shot to feel like I've just launched a explosive arrow into someone's worst nightmare, but at the moment, it feels like I'm just firing a spud gun. And I'm expecting boom, but I'm just getting puh. The executions are still brilliant, but It doesn't feel like the old talkboat, the one that we've been playing with for years. For me, it's a 2 out of 5 for this. It's a real letdown for me. Give me the explosive identity back. Give me that feeling that I've just fired an explosive arrow across the battlefield. Because right now, I'm not firing a talkboat. It feels like I'm firing a spud gun. Next is the Snub, the semi-auto pistol that can be your last resort or your first move. And honestly, the Snub is bloody perfect right now. The accuracy on this little thing is to die for, and the amount of damage you can squeeze out of it is ridiculous for a pistol of this size. It could be argued that it may be a little bit overpowered, but you know what? I don't care because I think it's great. You can take your time with it, slow and steady. Want to put a couple of shots down quickly? You can do. The burst fire in a panic mode really does help. Pull that trigger, and that's what I love about it. It's ridiculously versatile. You can use it as a proper sidearm, pair it with your primary weapon, finish off a damaged enemy, or even build your entire approach around accurate pistol shots. It's a brilliant little counter to almost any gunfight, so there's not much more to say. For me, the Snub is a 5 out of 5 COGS. It's accurate, it's powerful, it's versatile, it's reliable. Maybe it's a little tiny bit too strong for its size, but don't tell the coalition. 5 COGS for the Snub, small gun, big performance. But last but not least is the Striga, one of the most sadistic weapons in the Scorched Legion arsenal. The Striga charge pistol is a sidearm powered by an emulsion energy cell, rapid firing burst of crude projectiles capable of piercing armor and ripping flesh. And honestly, this thing is pretty bloody badass. It's kinda like feels like a revolver, but imagine that revolver spitting acid at people. Now we're talking. You've got to manage the charge up, pick your moments and take those shots. Make them count. And I really like it. My only problem with it is I didn't get to use it enough. I really wanted more time with this weapon because I think there's something generally fun here. Got a great design, its unique firing mechanism, serious stopping power, and it's bloody satisfying when you get it right. But because I didn't get enough time to properly put it through its paces, I'm keeping it in the middle. So for me, it's a 3 out of 5. Fun, different, unique, basically a revolver that spits acid. So there you have it. We have some proper mixed results, but they're just my opinion. We didn't cover some of the heavier weapons because we will be doing another video on them, but what do you think? Remember, Buttes, this is only the beta. That's the big thing that you need to be taken away from this video. These weapons aren't necessarily going to feel like the exact same thing when Gears of War E-Day officially launches. We've already seen weapon changes during the beta itself, we've seen buffs, adjustments, we've even seen weapons being balanced to suddenly feeling like laser beams. So once launch rolls around, we're absolutely going to have to revisit the list because I want to see how these weapons actually evolve. Does the turbo get its boom back? Does the prototype Lancer get brought back down from Star Wars mode? Does the gut punch get a little ammo haircut? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. Most importantly, all I can say is these are my opinions of the beta that I played over 60 hours of. But this is what makes it so exciting. We have a game that's still being worked on. Still got plenty of time for the coalition to listen to the community, make those tweaks and get these weapons feeling exactly where they need to be. So let me know down in the comments below, what weapons are you giving 5 COGS to? And more importantly, which weapon do you think we've completely got wrong? So if you enjoyed the video, do smash the like button, do not forget to subscribe if you're new, turn on those notifications so you don't miss the next Gears video. And if you're one of the Buttes that's been supporting the channel, watching the streams, jumping into the Discord and getting involved, thank you seriously. I appreciate every single one of you. Got a massive journey ahead of us with Gears of War E-Day and I'm so excited to experience it all with you. So until next time, keep that Nasher loaded, keep your head down and I'll see yous on the next one.